7 Eastern. You can watch it on Tiki Live at crntalk.com and on Roku, and it's on YouTube after the show. You can check it out. They've kind of twisted a little bit, so I have to kind of bend a little bit to straighten myself out. And it's good for me. It's kind of a yoga during the show.
What are you doing?
I'm straightening because otherwise, if I stay here in the normal way, I'm leaning way over to one side.
You're confusing the
This way, I can go like this here, straighten up. So my New Year's resolution is to straighten the camera shot. I think that will improve the show.
Well, that'll take, 2 minutes?
That's good.
With
That's
Eric,
good. Eric is here. Tomas, we got the A-team here on the show. A team of broadcast professionals puts this show together, and you never thank them enough. Fred Dreyer here on the show. You never give thanks. Other people, Megyn Kelly leaves Fox News. She's thanking all of her staff members.
Good riddance.
Well, that's a horrible thing to say in the news. That you weren't going to be nasty.
No, it is not. In your opinion, she's wonderful. In my opinion, she's lip gloss Kelly.
She's not
she's
wonderful.
False, and she is pretentious, and she's a narcissist.
She wants to spend time with her kids.
What does that have to do with anything?
She took less money.
I'm not talking about her move. I'm talking about her.
Oh, well, I'm saying she took less money.
I don't care what she does. Who is she going to work for now? NBC?
Things have not changed here.
The liberal station. Now she's going to go to the liberal station. And who do you think she's going to appeal to?
They're all liberal stations compared to Fox News.
To some degree, yes. Who do you think she's going to appeal to her moving to NBC?
Certainly not
I can't wait home, and I can't wait.
You're not going to be sitting around watching the daytime show?
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
She might talk some sports.
Find out, see how
she might talk sports.
How much lip gloss she's put on in between shots.
Little talk on sports. All right, we're going to take a little break here today. It is the lounge, the sports lounge, the one and only Fred Dreyer. You're looking good, by the way. You doing any of that Blue Apron kind of food that they send to your house? You got that
Blue Apron. I want to talk to you about Blue Apron.
Yeah, we'll be getting into that.
I think that's
next week. We'll talk about that.
That's a pretty good situation.
We'll talk about other good things too. You got solar energy on your house. I'm thinking of going to New Year's resolution to put solar energy on my home and save myself money.
I also want to get some windows for my house.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, there's a guy that has some potato chips. Hugh, come get some potato chips.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples guy, my New Year's resolution is to get new customers in the door.
Well, Staples has everything you need to promote your business. Signs, pens, mugs, you name it.
Perfect.
And right now you can get 15% off custom banners and posters.
15% off? That's one resolution off my list.
Oh, how many were there?
Just the one.
Then Happy New Year.
This year, resolve to promote your business at Staples. And right now, get 15% off custom banners and posters. Staples. Make more happen.
Offer ends 3/24/17. See a Staples associate for details.
And now, Geico Saving Stories. Nikki Peasley was happily married to Scott. However, something between them changed after Scott spent 15 minutes on Geico.com.
Constant gifts, chocolates, flowers, like he discovered a cash tree.
Cash tree, indeed. Unbeknownst to Nikki, Scott had saved hundreds of dollars on their car insurance by switching to Geico.
His gifts never stop.
Geico. Spend 15 minutes and 15% or more in savings could be gifted to you.
We're back. It's the lounge. I'm Michael Horn, the one and only Fred Dreyer's with us. New Year's resolutions about. So, do you have a New Year's resolution to make this a better program, Fred Dreyer?
Well, neighbor Paul, is no longer my neighbor. So he's now Palm Springs Paul.
Oh.
Because Paul's now out in Palm Springs.
And so what's the resolution?
The resolution is to somehow get him out of Palm Springs to do our show on a more regular basis.
So wait a minute. So you want him on the show longer, more often?
Yeah, like another segment or so.
But he's moving to Palm Springs. He won't probably be on the show at all.
Well, that's my point. I mean, the resolution is to remedy that situation.
Oh, okay, that'll be good. We'll work on that.
Yeah.
Now we got lots of stuff to talk. First off, did you see that? Did you see that Rose Bowl game? The highest scoring Rose Bowl game.
Great game. If you like high scoring, it's a pathetic game. If you realize each team gave up over 500 yards and 50 points, so both teams who are in the top, probably 4 or 5, 6. SC was probably ranked 8th or 9th, and Penn State was 5th, I think. This was a relatively surprise showing by two highly ranked teams who had absolutely really no defense during the entire day.
No defense. And Penn State was, I think they were favored to win the game, were they not?
Yes, they were.
So this means the recruiting at USC will benefit from this now, right?
This helps mightily.
Really?
I think Penn State's going to do okay. I mean, their program is back under Franklin, and so I think they've done real well for themselves considering what they've come from. The sex scandal and the abusive scandal by Sandusky and the cover-up by Joe Pa. That was a cover-up,
Well, yeah, and
so anyway, my point is that both schools represented themselves, I think, here. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Penn State started recruiting out here. There's a lot of kids out here to choose from.
They've got a good quarterback there in that Trace McSorley.
Yeah,
and
they do.
USC, that kid, that freshman, that Sam Darnold. This guy, I'm looking at him at first when I'm first watching the game. I said, who's that pretty boy, kind of that Robert Redford sort of guy? And I'm looking at him, wait a minute, that's the quarterback. And he's perfectly poised. This guy had a game face on. He looked like you. If you would have been a quarterback, he looked like you. He got in. He was serious. He was all about the game. He wasn't about any kind of other stuff. He knew where he was and what he was doing at all times. That was pretty darn good.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, it is a compliment to you because you were one of the great guys that, really used to observe and look around even during TV timeouts. Your mind, your head was always in your job, and that was winning the ball game.
Well, as it was for my teammates. But you have to have a good environment, and Sam Darnold has one. He's a freshman, true freshman, which means he'll come back next year. He's got 4 years of eligibility should he get hurt or need another year of eligibility. He'll have that should he need it. But he's probably going to be there another 2 years. Imagine what they can do in 2 years. They could win a national championship if they recruit defensively.
Yeah, they need a little help defensively.
They're at the line of scrimmage. They do a pretty good job. They do good enough job to win 10 games. What are they, 10-3 this year?
Yeah, I think they lost their first 3 and they came around.
They came back and won 9 straight games. Yeah. So, given that, I think they'll be fine. But they're going to have to go out and they're going to have to draft. They're going to have to recruit big people. Big defensive linemen and coach them. My whole thing is, and I could sit there and give you a clinic on this.
Yes,
is that I get Jackie Slater in here, the great Hall of Fame tackle from the Rams, and he and I would come in here and show you on film exactly, really what's going on in the game.
Right.
So, we
should get him in. Let's get
Jackie.
We'll get Jackie. Another New Year's.
Yeah.
More time for Neighbor Paul and Jackie Slater.
Yeah.
Can we bring
in
Vince Ferragamo?
Yeah, bring Vinny. Vinny and. Do you want both of them, all 3 of them on the air?
Yeah, who else can we get?
It's just going to be
we can do separately. Jackie Slater 1 week, Vinny Ferragamo the next.
Literally, yeah. Well, they'll be struggling for the microphone.
Vince Ferragamo has wine, so you can bring us some wine in the studio.
Well, so do you. You've got a whole bathroom.
Well, yeah,
full
but
of
Vince makes his own wine there, the Ferragamo wine.
I don't know if I want to drink anything he's made.
Yeah, it's good. He does a good job.
He does?
Yeah, he doesn't sit.
Does he get Mrs. Ferragamo out there with bare feet?
They grow it in their yard.
Bare feet in the barrel?
We should try and see if he'll invite us for dinner so we can actually look at the vineyard.
That's a long way out there.
And then you'll smoke cigars out there and probably destroy the crop by blowing some of your cigar smoke on some of the fine grape clusters.
That's silly. Of course not. I mean, I would.
How about that running back Barkley on Penn State? He was pretty good, I'm telling you. They call them the Nittany Lions. Why is that? What's the Nittany part of that?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I don't know some of these college things, the Nittany Lions. And somebody from Penn State can give us a call on that and see what's going on. But they're probably not talking to many people yet because that was a tough game to lose. But it was not a bad game to lose because everybody played so well. I mean, 52-49 final score, something else. Now
49-52,
yeah, it's a good one.
Uh-huh.
And the officiating, that's my only criticism. At some point, I thought the officials made some dumb calls there.
They weren't dumb. They were incompetent calls. I go right to it.
Now, why do you say that?
Because you cannot make that call on that guy hitting the quarterback, hitting the ball carrier, laying on the ground, and the guy wasn't even touched.
He jumped over him, right, on the quarterback?
He was not touched.
Yeah.
And if you can't say, hey, just a second, I want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
then that's a real weakness in the sport. If they can do it at the next level, the professional level, you say, so I challenge that. That guy didn't even come close to hitting him.
Right.
Then I don't know what you have. Plus, the guy launches, and he should have been flagged for a helmet to helmet. I don't know if I don't know that in a game like that you should be kicking people out of the game. I wrestle with this decision because I do believe that that type of stuff can be handled with coaching and discipline. For someone to say that a player can play and he doesn't know what he's doing, he's just out there playing, I don't know what I'm doing, is ridiculous. Because that's not true. And if you've got people who are out there playing, just flailing around and not able to keep their senses about them and play within themselves, you got to get them off the field. So, a guy spears the quarterback and they kick him out of the game, and he launches, that they call it. He launched, he jumped, and he used his helmet and the shoulders as an instrument of punishment to the quarterback, and I guess they should kick him out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy gets kicked out of the game for that. But it was a good bowl game. Did you see any other good bowl games? They're not as good as that one.
That's it. I'm out running around doing stuff like everybody else is, and I pick my spots.
You do?
I picked the Alabama series. I picked them to win, certainly over Washington, and then now the next week they're going to have.
Hold on, we're going to talk about it's coming up this week, so we're going to talk about that. That big game is coming up. Can you hold on? Can we do it after the break?
Why not?
I want to get your whole feel on this, Fred Dreyer.
Yeah.
I want you to kind of break it down for us.
I'm going to give it to you.
And we also see what's happening with the Rams coaching job. Now, a lot of teams are looking for coaches. People got fired left and right after the NFL season.
And the Chargers are completely out of it.
Why?
They have no idea what they're doing down there. And
San Diego.
They're going to move up here, and then they won't know what they're doing.
We do our show out of Southern California, out of Hollywood, and if they move up here, maybe Jeff Fisher will come back.
When you really want Italian food, really good Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Why? Well, here's a couple of reasons. Value. You get a lot for your money along with a load of deliciousness. You're not eating corporate food. Columbo's is family owned and faithful to their long-held family recipes. We're talking service that's never fawning. You'll never get, "Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'll be your server tonight." Please. Jazz every night, sizzling steaks, luscious fish entrees, yummy Italian specialties, and the world's greatest meatballs. Need I say more? Oh, I will. Value, deliciousness, Italian family specialties, friendly service. Columbo's. Yes! That little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Mangia.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
We're back in the lounge. We being yours truly, Michael Horn. The big W-E, the big W of the we, is the winning all-pro defensive end, the sultan of safeties, the football legend, the acting legend, Hunter Land's End, Crisis, Agent X. I'm talking about the one and only Fred Dryer.
Thanks so very much, and Happy New Year to one and all. Great to see you. I've made several resolutions over
you have
over the decades.
The decades.
Over the decades, I've made several resolutions. What's the problem?
Well, what any of them that you kept?
I kept most of them.
Do you care to lay one on us?
Yes. To when I go to the Wedge, one was when I go to the Wedge in Newport Beach to body surf, to always wear my fins.
Okay, so you kept that one.
I kept all those. I kept all the things like that would help me.
Okay.
That's one of them.
Any others? Another that comes to mind?
To get more rest. I kept that.
That's
one.
why you moved the TV from the living room
into
the bedroom.
That's why I was asleep in your office a little while ago.
You sleep before the show. That's good. Good.
Yep. I was in the car. I was reading the newspaper.
You sleep during the drive-in.
Yeah. Sometimes I do sleep while I'm driving.
That's not good. That is not a good.
I kill two birds with one stone.
Don't talk about that.
I have a third eye when I drive.
Third Eye Drive. That was a famous rock band.
Third Eye Drive.
Yeah, it was good. Now let's go ahead to the big championship game here, the CFP National Championship game coming up on Monday, and this is Clemson against Alabama. How do you shape this one out? Because there's been some changes in the coaching staff at Alabama. What's that all about?
Well, look, you're talking about Lane Kiffin.
Yes,
Lane Kiffin is a mental case. And,
didn't he coach really well for the USC Trojans?
Well, anybody could have coached. He has a talent as a play caller.
Yeah.
That's his talent. He's not good with people.
Who was the guy that drank a lot and got drunk at the pep rally? Was that Sarkisian?
Sarkisian. He's now taken over.
He's taken over.
He's taken over.
Didn't he take over at USC for Kiffin? Didn't Sarkisian?
Yeah. He came in. It's the SC connection, and that's what's always.
I ready to go, Fred.
It's always rattling.
I ready to coach the boys. The championship game is going to be great. Woohoo!
Well, Sarkisian got up in front of the alumni drunk, and
woohoo!
Somebody told him not to.
Yeah,
and he did anyway, and that got him fired.
Yeah, it did get him fired.
Yeah.
It's college. You can't be coach drunk in a college environment.
Well,
that's just for the players. To
any
have.
environment,
exactly.
Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I agree. So tell me about Kiffin now. So what happens with this Lane Kiffin guy? What's the deal?
Well, I mean, he wore his welcome out there in Alabama, and they brought him in because he was a good mind, and he brought him in, and his personality and the way he did things rubbed everybody the wrong way. There's reasons that you get fired, not so much because of football matters. There's personal matters too that can sink you. And so he wore his welcome out wherever he was. He was at the Raiders. Look, Al Davis called him a complete moron.
Yeah, he was with the Raiders, and Davis did not like him.
He didn't like his character. He didn't. He's a little. There's not, to me. There's not much of leadership coming from that guy. He knows football. I mean, he knows pass offense. And he has a gift. He has a skill. And people, think, well, I'll hire him and we can get through this other stuff. But he went to Alabama and he rubbed Nick Saban the wrong way. And so Saban said, "Look, why don't you take a job? I know you want to be a head coach. So why don't you, Pat Hayden fired him in Arizona on the tarmac.
Oh,
after a lost Arizona State.
Oh, he did an area. Yeah, that's right. To Arizona State,
so he fired him.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Okay, so now he was flopping around, and then he's picked up by Alabama, and he was serviceable.
And Alabama became pretty strong.
Yeah, they were in the championship games the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And they won two of three, I think.
The Crimson Tide, as they say.
Yeah, and so here's what you have. You've got a guy who is not wanted. They wanted him out. Here, I'm going to encourage you to take the Florida Atlantic job as a head coach. So he went and interviewed. He took the job, and they said, okay, I think you should leave now that you've taken the job. We don't need you to hang around. And he made the announcement, did Kiffin. If I want to coach here, I can still coach. If I wanted to coach, I can still coach. And they said, well, no, we'd like you to leave. And then a reporter asked him, tell us about your relationship with Nick Saban. And he said, well, the guy's kind of, I don't know if I have anything good to say other than the fact that he chews me out all the time. And so that was it.
That was it?
Yeah, and that became big. That became bigger than the effort to beat Clemson, so he's out.
Yeah. So how will that affect the team, you think?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Clemson looked pretty good coming on strong.
Those guys 31-0 over Ohio State.
The Alabama's Roll Tide, and I think Clemson is All Tempa Cheer, aren't they? Or are they the
Yes,
Surf?
That's correct.
One of those, I think. Station ID coming up.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you'll never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins. Plus so much more, a chocolate fondue fountain, Zeppelis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. It's all at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022, 714-879-4022.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
Any Napa guy knows, and science proves, the best minivan is the one you've already got. Part kid transporter, part drywall mover. Who cares if the faux wood grain is a little faded? That was a platinum package option in 1987. With over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. Because it's not old, it's vintage. That's Napa know-how.
Hey guys, Ryan the Rhino DeSico here for my friends at Liberty HealthShare. If your healthcare has become a burden and you're worried about being stuck for another year, listen up, because you do have options. Liberty HealthShare could be the solution to your problem. Open enrollment is here, and this could be your chance to free yourself from insurance. Take this opportunity and join Liberty Health Share. You can finally be in control and have freedom when it comes to your health care. Liberty Health Share offers an entirely open network, which means you choose your own doctors and you choose your own hospitals. Liberty Health Share offers freedom from insurance, meaning there are no related tax penalties. To find out how you can easily make the change, call Liberty Health Share today at 855-585-4237 or visit their website at libertyhealthshare.org. That's libertyhealthshare.org. Do it today.
Welcome back to the lounge. I'm Michael Horn. The star of our program, though, is the all-pro defensive end, the Sultan of Safeties, the acting legend, the guy from Hunter. Threw more people off tops of buildings than anybody in the history of show business, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
You know, I'm going through my notes as I usually do, folks. You know, I continue to drive around Los Angeles, reading.
Take notes,
reading
all the time.
The sports page and taking notes, jotting things down. I don't ever want to be at a loss for an opinion about something in the sports world, or for that matter, any other part of the world. I'm torn between talking about Joe Theismann slamming the 49ers for giving Colin Kaepernick the Inspirational and Courageous Player Award.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Theismann
Joe Theismann
gave this award to Colin Kaepernick. Why? This, last time I looked, I believe the San Francisco 49ers were 12 or 13 or 14, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
They stunk this year, and the quarterback for all those great contests was Colin Kaepernick, who spent more time kneeling than actually throwing a football for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that he's the guy that decided, I'm going to protest police brutality against black people by kneeling and not standing for the national anthem because I do not believe in the flag.
Thus the low ratings in the NFL this year.
Yeah, and people just outraged completely.
Yes.
Of course, the league is such a cowardly league that nobody in that organization had the guts to come down and tell the kid, I don't care. Look, I don't care what you think, but you're not going to act out here at the expense of the fans and expense of our team and expense of our players and our efforts here this year.
But Theismann's upset about
this.
We're
2-14. He should be. I'm upset about it.
Theismann's upset. He said, Joe Theismann, he's upset as you are that he got the Inspirational and Courageous Award that the 49ers gave him.
Len Eschmont Award, which is a very prestigious honor, and decided upon by the players. The players together give the award.
Well, Theismann was on Fox News, and he said, inspired and courageous, quoting him now, he said, what did he inspire? He says, you're 1-10 as a quarterback this season. What did you possibly inspire? And I agree with Theismann on this. I think Kaepernick, I don't know if anybody wants him.
This is a politic that's sour, and people are tired of it. And anyway, so
if he were older, Kaepernick could coach the Rams. By the way, speaking of the Rams coaching, I just heard a rumor, and I don't know, you can tell me if this is right. Megyn Kelly from Fox News, they've asked permission to talk to her to coach the Rams. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. That's ridiculous.
Well, that's what I heard. I just wanted to double check with you if it happened.
No.
Okay.
She's going to be, I'll tell you what, more people will see her at a Ram game than will on her new television show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a prediction? That's another New Year's
She won't have 80,000 people watching her next year around the globe.
Okay. All right. So anyway, this is how do we look in the? So did you give me a pick? By the way, you didn't pick the BCS. I call it BCS. I'm sorry. The championship game coming up on Monday night here. Is it Clemson or is it Alabama?
Alabama to me is the favorite, and they're the ones to beat.
Yep.
Because they just are, and the way they played against Washington was okay, but Washington is flawed. Once I saw how Clemson beat Ohio State and shut them out 31-0.
That was something.
I may lean toward Clemson. As a matter of fact, I believe Clemson could beat them.
I am leaning towards Clemson.
So
orange.
I saw you lean there.
Yeah, I'm going to go orange.
You're going orange?
I'm going to find my best
I'm going to be on record saying Clemson will win.
On record, I'm going to say Clemson's going to win.
Yeah,
as well,
and here's why: because this Lane Kiffin thing is going to backfire.
You're right,
and they're going to be talking about it during the game.
Yep.
And if Lou Saban loses in the shadow of this controversy, he could kill himself.
You think?
I mean, someone will.
This is really a dark, dank prediction you're giving. So,
well, I'm saying that there's a lot of things on that side of the ledger that favors Clemson, and I think that their win was more impressive over Ohio State than Alabama's was over Washington.
There you go.
That's one. Number two is you got to come back from all the nonsense that Lane Kiffin brought to you. So we'll see, but I'm going to pick Clemson.
And Steve Sarkisian is going to be there, right? He'll be taking over in the.
He'll be on the sideline.
Woohoo! Yeah! Apparently, he's already got a seat at the stadium.
What was that?
That was Steve Sarkisian. Sometimes he takes a nip or two, and gets ready for the game.
But
so
he's not drinking now.
Oh, he's not? Is he okay?
No,
okay,
no.
good. Then who was that guy? All right, let's move along here a little bit. So now, playoffs, getting into this stuff. What do you think about the New York Giants? They got a shot at doing this. I mean, this team is up, down, backwards, forwards. What do you think?
Well, they have, as long as you have as long as you're in contention and have a shot at beating Dallas, which I think they do. They've already beat them before. I think they can beat Dallas. They're not intimidated by them. So, therefore, they could conceivably come out of the NFC and be the NFC's representative in the Super Bowl against the winner of it'll probably be the Patriots.
Right.
You know, I mean, unless something happens. I don't think it will. I think the Patriots are favored, and unless there's a huge upset, someone like Kansas City could have a good game and beat them. But I think it could be the Giants and the Pats in a rematch of a couple of years ago when the Pats were undefeated and the Giants won.
All right, so we're going to see now. However you feel,
I think that could be it.
You can get a hold of Fred. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, DRYER. Facebook.com / The Real Fred Dryer. Email him, FredDryer@CRNTalk.com. All right, so we've got you got that taken care of. Any of the other games you care to comment on? You said I think New England all the way. I kind of like them. I think Miami's looking all right. You know, there's some chances for some good playoff games coming up, and as we move down towards the Super Bowl, there's a lot of good football action still ahead. Fred Dryer.
I mean, I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
And this is to the fans out there.
Sure.
Do you think Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
All three of them?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they all three should. I mean, come on. It's like you're going to start, I don't know.
Well, when somebody starts talking about, who's going to be in the Hall of Fame, all three of those people, have overwhelmingly strong
definitely Pete
numbers.
Rose. Definitely
Pete Rose.
Definitely.
Maybe the other one that Clemens, maybe not, but you should put all three of them in there. And this dope thing, they claim that people are on this dope. I don't think that should be a factor.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
The U.S. economy has been getting stronger, and home values have been increasing. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans. Many of our clients have been taking cash out of their homes, a strategy that might work for you. The smart move is for you to refinance your mortgage right now with Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.375%. APR 4.51%. Call 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Blood pressure tends to run higher during the day and lower during nighttime sleep. However, many people with high blood pressure don't exhibit this nighttime dip, a condition called non-dipping. More in today's AARP Health Tip after this.
Are you paying too much for your Medicare Part D prescriptions? At Walgreens, that's a question you won't have to ask. As a preferred pharmacy with many of the nation's top plans, Walgreens offers copays now as low as $0 on select plans. Millions of people have Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy in their network, which means you could be saving big. So switch your prescriptions and start saving today. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Applies to Tier 1 generics.
Non-dipping is a major risk factor for stroke, heart attack, and kidney disease. But studies show taking one or more of your prescribed blood pressure medications just before bedtime significantly decreases the risk. Of course, never change the timing of your medications without first consulting your doctor. For more, go to aarp.org.
We are back in the lounge. I'm Michael Horn. The man, he didn't comment last time I told you, but the acting legend Fred Dryer, who was on Hunter for many years. How many people did you actually throw off buildings during your career as Hunter?
Over a dozen.
Oh, there was more than a dozen, don't you think?
Well, over a dozen.
At least
that's a lot.
This, if you couldn't shoot them or handcuff them, whatever, and they just really got you upset, you at Hunter would just throw them off.
Well, you have to petition for it.
What do you mean?
Well, when the script comes out,
yeah.
You know, everybody, the network's in on it, and they okay it. So when at times it gets down to me, the producers will say, here's how this thing's going to end.
Right.
And this guy is going to be either shot, arrested, handcuffed, punched out, drowned, whatever it is. Set him on fire. Who knows?
Yes.
What'll happen. And so there's times when you say, you know something, I think it'd be a good idea. Get him up on a roof and throw him off. It's a great stunt.
You would suggest that?
Yeah, of course. Who else is going to suggest it?
And so you would suggest, actually, because of the violence on television, throwing him off the top of a
roof. It's a cinematic moment.
Is it a stressful thing for you because you got to climb stairs? There's all that the music and going as you're probably getting up to the top.
No, I take the elevator. The bad guy takes the stairs.
Was that? So you were waiting for him.
Yeah, I tell him. I yell down to him, "Hey Bronco, wait till I get on the roof and come on up."
Okay, and so you throw him off. But at least 12 times.
But we have a consensus. They say that's a good idea, Fred. I mean, this guy. You know, so if you write a character, a bad guy that's bad, you have to decide what you're going to do with them. Right. That's the responsibility of writing a bad character.
Yes. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. It was good. I love that. And I don't know. They're showing the Hunter episodes on the network.
Of course.
But what's the network again? It's the Star Network or something they're on.
Yeah, Icon.
Icon Network. That's
Heroes and Icon.
And you are a hero from football and an icon.
It's iconic in many ways.
Now, can we talk a little bit about well, first off, let's just touch on the fact that there are a lot of teams, NFL teams, that fired their coaches.
Yep.
You're saying San Diego doesn't know what the heck they're doing.
They have no idea what they're doing.
They were talking to Jeff Fisher, from what I understand, and a few others. But the
That's
Rams.
Not true. That's not true.
They're not doing that? Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah, I heard that they asked permission
Who told you that?
I read it in
Palm Springs Paul?
No.
Let's get Palm Springs Paul in.
He's gone. Palm Springs. Yeah, he should come in.
Did he leave?
No, he's here for usually the last segment, but he should come in now. What the heck?
Yeah, get him
Bring
in
Paul in there.
Well, anyway, the point is that it doesn't surprise me if every fired coach in the last 5 years, they should line up and interview him
for San Diego,
because you can whip them. You know, they're grateful that you would hire them.
What about that coach on Minnesota? Didn't they get rid of their coach there too?
Yeah, the University of Minnesota got rid of him because he sided with the protest that a dozen players were. The players today, decided that we're not going to go to the game. We're not going to practice. We're now going to withdraw our participation from a televised event.
Right.
And that's when it gets to be, hey, wait a minute. And the coach sided with them, so they fired him.
These are college kids, right?
Of course.
Come on. It's got to start somewhere. And you know what? That's why I'm #MAGA.
What?
Make America great again. It's like you got to get back into the sports. The politics of sports has gotten out of control.
Well, the politics of sports has always been there. It's just it's exacerbated because of the multi-corporation and the amount of money that tells people, I don't care what the facts are or what is truthful. I want what I want. I'm going to pay for it. So everybody else has to get in line, and you kowtow to a politic. It starts with Ray Rice punching his girlfriend out in an elevator. Instead of handling it, the team handling it, they let it be known that they were unable to handle it, and the league came in, the commissioner came in, and he couldn't handle it. When it became clear he couldn't handle it, they had this women's group come in and say, let us counsel all the black players because we're experts on telling black players how to treat black women. Honestly, this is.
And you're saying the league, the team should have gotten involved.
There should be an owner, the owner of the Ravens.
Yeah, you're
has a press conference and say, Ray and I have talked. Ray's out of here. Anybody else wants to sign him, they can, but he's fired, and I'm making the decision. It's like Colin Kaepernick. You send a guy down from in the press elevator to the field, and you tell Colin Kaepernick, tell the coach, when Colin, when this series is over, bring him over here. And he would come over, I'd say, you're fired. Get off the field right now, or I'll have you removed. That's what you do if you have an organization and if you have a company and you're in charge of it.
Well, I didn't want to tell you this, but I've started now an official Twitter campaign to have you considered as head coach of the Rams. I think Fred Dryer, you should coach the Rams.
It's such a wise decision.
I think it would be, because you're not going to no shenanigans with you. You're just going to have rules, and they're going to be enforced. Less rules, more strictly enforced. Don't you agree?
And I would have, here it is right here.
What would
I would have. There it is. There it is.
What would you have?
There it is.
You would have
Eagle Spirit Water.
Really?
Eagle Spirit Water. I would have it for the entire team, and we would go undefeated.
It's delicious.
That's exactly correct.
It's wonderful.
And it is.
It is Eagle Spirit.
Eagle Spirit
Where did
water.
you get this great water, by the way? You brought this in with us.
I brought you a bottle. I brought you a case of it.
It's very nice.
It's naturally alkaline. Naturally at 7.5. That's perfect alkalinity.
My inflammation I can feel is going down.
No, it's the best.
It's good.
EagleSpiritWater.com. Go to EagleSpiritWater.com.
It's really good.
Word,
it's good.
One word, Eagle Spirit. You won't regret it. Believe me, it's just great water.
That's what we're drinking here, the official water of the lounge with Fred Dryer, and the official solar energy company, Solar Optimum, for that. By the way, they called me today. I'm really considering my electric bills have been like over $800 a month or something. I don't know where the energy's going. I'm going to put up some solar panels.
Well, the other thing else is the windows. You need windows too.
And a battery backup.
You lock that coolness and that heat inside your house.
That's what I'm doing. All right, straight as we continue. It's the lounge with Michael Horn and the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day, and little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call Smart Fares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you have severe knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, we have great news. Finally, there's a way to reduce your pain without surgery or taking medications. Call us today and learn how you can qualify to get a pain-relieving knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. We'll even ship your brace for free. If you have excruciating knee or back pain and you have Medicare or private insurance, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving, nearly invisible knee or back brace at little or no cost to you. I've used one, they're comfortable, and they work, and we guarantee your happiness. So call right now and get yours. I promise, we're here to take your call. Thank you.
800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. 800-290-0759. That's 800-290-0759.
Welcome back. We're in the lounge. I'm Michael Horn, the one and only Mr. Fred Dryer, the star of our show, the Sultan of Safeties. 2 safeties in one game in the same period. The all-pro defensive end, the acting legend. And we have with us here today, you asked for him early, and you have neighbor Paul.
Yeah, I want to.
joining
I just want to make a statement here that
Please.
neighbor Paul is always welcome as neighbor Paul, and you are my neighbor in every word.
Was your neighbor?
In every way possible. But you've moved to Palm Springs, so you're now Palm Springs Paul.
I am grateful for the opportunity.
What?
The opportunity of what?
Tell me about this Palm Springs situation. Why
are you leaving?
Why did you move out
Palm
there?
Springs.
I thought I was going to get away from the cool, cold air of Southern California and head on out to the desert.
Well, you will, and I'll tell you, we're going to send out some kind of a feeler. We'll send Bob Henry of our staff out there to see if he can find you sometime in June when the temperatures hit upwards of 130 degrees. You've been out there when then.
I've been. Listen to this. I've been in Death Valley.
I know.
When it was 127.
With that VW of yours,
133 is the record. I think.
33.
33, 134. That's the record. I was not out there then because I was near the beach. But I was out there when it was like 125, 27 degrees.
I think they're going to break that 133 record this year in Palm Springs. And the last CRN employee that we sent out there, I think he burnt up. I think he was out there later in the sun one day and he spontaneously combusted.
That short guy used to come around here?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. There was just a char left on the actual lounge chair.
Now, Paul, tell us why Palm Springs.
I always thought it was a nice place, and so I thought I would venture on out to the Rancho Mirage.
Anchorage, Alaska, a lot of people think is a nice place. Are you going to go
Palm
there?
Desert, Coachella.
Yeah.
Those were places that came to mind.
So you like the names of the places. Is that what you were looking around one
day?
Well,
actually, the truth of the matter is I once saw an episode of Ewald Hauser, California Gold on PBS.
He's gone.
And I fell in love with the area just by watching the program.
Yeah, Joshua Tree. Have you been to Joshua Tree?
I have not been to Joshua.
Well,
I spent very little time in the area.
There's a lot of UFOs out there, Paul.
Now you've aged a little, Paul, neighbor Paul, but I don't believe you're near the median age of the people that are in Palm Springs. Would you say, Fred Dryer?
Well, you're downtown. You're off of 111.
That is what I've been told.
So you're down there. You're down there near the gefilte fish crowd, and you're down there near. You're down there near a lot of
early bird dinner
handball. Handball crowd.
Yeah, there's an early bird.
What do they call it? The shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard. Yeah, shuffleboard. You good at shuffleboard? Because you got to know your shuffleboard in Palm Springs.
I don't know yet, but I'll find out. But I do want to say I've made a lot of good friends over at Billy Reed's.
Well, Fred and I.
Billy Reed's.
Yeah, that's like an eating place.
Nice diner.
Fred and I got you a going away gift, and it's going to be something nice here for your house. It's a set of misters for you to put around your bed at night when you go to sleep. These are indoor misters to keep you. That was a great idea. Look, he loves the idea.
Humidifiers.
Yeah, Yeah, with the actual misters, you can hook up to the garden hose, and the water's so warm it'll actually give you a warmth, kind of a mist. Have a swamp cooler going to kind of keep.
Most of those restaurants there cook soft food because a lot of the crowd comes in don't have teeth. So you should feel right at home, Paul.
Yeah.
No, I understand that there's kind of a wealth of what do you call it? The people that have seasoned citizens, people that have actually experienced life.
Yeah. If you're going to play golf,
that's a one way of putting it.
If you're going to play golf, plan to get up around 3:30 in the morning. Get your starting time going early. 3:30 be really great.
Yeah,
hit the links
and stop off at the caddy shack to get a miner's helmet because you're gonna need some wattage out there on the greens.
Great. You have an air conditioner at this place of yours? 3 or 4 of them.
I do
really good. We'll be looking for the Christmas
before
card.
You go to
Paul
bed
stirred in his underwear and was fanning himself.
Well, before you go to bed at night.
Beautiful.
Put some sunblock on.
No, I'm looking forward to connecting with a lot of our good friends. There's Ronaldo Beaton, who's out there in the area.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be happy to see you. They actually take off to cooler climates in the summertime, but you stay out there.
So will you have a golf cart that you go from door to door borrowing sugar?
Don't know yet, but I want to say hello to Dave and Jeanette Hull and the Sinclairs.
Yeah, you can. That'll be good. Never mind, man. But I want to remind everybody to follow Fred on Twitter, Fred_Dryer, DRYER, Facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer, and email him, FredDryer@CRNTalk.com. We're going to miss me, neighbor Paul.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go out and do a show from his backyard.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll pack the bathing suits.
Radio channels, the radio channels, CRN.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. House Republicans are moving to stop the Obama administration from pushing through last-minute regulations in its waning days.
Virginia's Bob Goodlatte.
The rush by outgoing administrations to impose midnight rules before the clock strikes 12 leads to more poorly analyzed rules with lower quality and lower benefits.
The Midnight Rules Relief Act allows Congress to override a bunch of regulations in a single vote.
Any outgoing administration, understanding that it has this sword of Damocles hanging over its head, will surely hesitate much more before abusing midnight rules.
The legislation applies to regulations dating back as far as mid-June of last year.
Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting. Vice President-elect Mike Pence says the incoming administration is in the promise-keeping business and will immediately start dismantling Obamacare. The vice president-elect says the health care law has been a disaster.
Obamacare has worked a hardship on American families, on American businesses, and in a very simple conclusion, the American people have sent new leadership here because Obamacare has failed.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says there will be chaos if Republicans repeal the law without a replacement. At Fort Myer, Virginia, President Obama spoke at a farewell to the military ceremony today. Mr. Obama says the military humbles him.
Of all the privileges of this office, and there are many, I will miss Air Force One, I will miss Marine One. But I can stand before you today and say that there has been no greater privilege and no greater honor than serving as the Commander-in-Chief of the greatest military in the history of the world.
The president also called for a smooth handover of control of the U.S. military to incoming Commander-in-Chief Donald Trump. On Wall Street, the Dow by 60 points to 19,942. The Nasdaq rose 48. The S&P advanced 13. Oil up to $53.26 a barrel. More on these stories at townhall.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story